of Kericho, the County Assembly approved a motion for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County. The Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho forwarded the following documents to the Senate, being the record of proceedings of the County Assembly and the evidence adduced in support of the impeachment motion. 1. Copy of approved notice of motion dated 23rd of September 2024 and laid on the table of the Assembly on Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024 during the morning sitting. 2. A copy of exhibits laid on the table of the Assembly on Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024 morning sitting. 3. Order papers for the Assembly sittings of Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024 morning sitting and Wednesday, the 2nd of October 2024 morning sitting. Certified Hansard reports for the Assembly sittings of Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024 morning sitting and Wednesday, the 2nd of October 2024 morning sitting. Copy of letters dated the 24th and the 30th of September 2024, reference numbers KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 31 and KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 33 respectively, inviting the Governor of Kericho to respond to the table impeachment motion. Copy of an affidavit of service by Ms. Sharon Chemgetich Mibei, serving His Excellency the Governor of Kericho County with the invitation letter and a copy of laid notice of impeachment motion, together with evidence and another letter for supplementary evidence, a memorandum on behalf of the Speaker of County Assembly of Kericho. Certified copy of a form of verification of signatures for members in support of the motion for removal of the Kericho County Governor by impeachment, dated the 2nd of October 2024, made pursuant to Standing Order 745 of the County Assembly of Kericho. Certified copy of the roll call vote on the motion for the impeachment of His Excellency, Governor of Kericho County, held during the Assembly sitting of Wednesday, the 2nd of October 2024. An affidavit of 16 honorable members who refused to attend or participate in the impeachment proceedings on the 2nd of October 2024 or another date. Documents tabled during the debate of the motion for removal of the Governor of Kericho County by impeachment being the following. 1. Invitation to tender dated the 14th of December 2023. A bundle of appointment of tendering committee tender opening records and tender evaluation report. Kericho County Revenue Administration and Management Act 2019. Kericho County Rating Act 2019. Kericho County Finance Act 2023, a bundle of single business permits and business invoices, ad hoc committee report on Kazi Mtaani project, report of the Auditor General on receiver of revenue statement for the year ended 30th of June 2023, Kericho County revenue streams vis-a-vis performance as of 30th of April 2024, Londiani accident ad hoc committee report on investigations of the Londiani victims fundraiser held on the 4th of July 2023, replying affidavit sworn by Mr. Gideon Mutai in High Court petition number E014 of 2023, judgment of the courts in Kericho ELRC petition number E001 of 2023, Sang versus Governor, Kericho County and others, a bundle of letters from the Governor to Speaker dated the 20th of August 2024 and Speaker's response dated the 3rd of September 2024. A bundle of advertisement of vacancies by Kericho County Public Service Board and a letter from the Governor to the Speaker of Kericho County Assembly dated the 27th of May 2024. An affidavit in support of the motion sworn by Mr. Josiah Kiplagat Kogo on 23rd of September 2024 and the annexures including a bundle of photographs and judgment of the court in Kericho ELC petition number E001 of 2022. An affidavit in support of the motion sworn by Mr. Eric Koech on the 23rd of September 2024 and the annexures thereto including an M-Pesa statement. 2 flash disks each containing video clips in a sealed white A5 size envelope marked KCAV Exhibit 1 to 8. Affidavit in support of the motion sworn by Kericho daughter KD, not her real name. Evidence of public participation being the following: an extract of the Standard Nation newspaper, advertisements for public participation on the notice of motion for removal of Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County by impeachment. links to Facebook, memorandum submissions received in response to notice of motion for removal of Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai as Governor of Kericho County, as well as public mobilization by the county executive. Scanned copy of the memorandum in an accompanying flash disk, copy of a letter dated the 25th of September 2024 of reference number KCA/SP/3, volume 1, into brackets 32, informing the governor of the public participation exercise. Register for collection of compact discs by MCA's personnel that had information relating to the notice of motion of impeachment of His Excellency the Governor, Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, and public participation forms from the respective wards. Soft copy of the Kericho County Standing Orders contained in the accompanying flash disk, statement of His Excellency the Governor, Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, opposing the impeachment of the Governor by his counsel, Kato Keegan, affidavit by Mr. Gideon Mutai, an affidavit by Mr. Geoffrey Kipkurui Korir, an affidavit by Mr. John Malel, affidavit by George Kipngeno Kirer, affidavit by Ms. Jacqueline C. Langat, affidavit by Ms. Gillian Soy, and an affidavit by Mr. Joseph K. Rotich. Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to Section 33B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81A of the Senate Standing Orders, at the sitting of the Senate held on Tuesday, the 8th of October 2024, the charges against the Governor of Kericho County as contained in the motion of impeachment by the County Assembly of Kericho were read out to the assembled Senate. Now, Honorable Senators, allow me to remind you of the mandate of the Senate in relation to the proposed removal from office by impeachment of a governor as provided for under Article 181 of the Constitution, as read together with Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 8 of the Senate Standing Orders. In particular, Article 181 of the Constitution states as follows: a county governor may be removed from office on any of the following grounds: A, gross violation of the Constitution or any other law, where there are serious reasons of believing that the county governor has committed a crime under national or international law; C, abuse of office or gross misconduct; and D, physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of office of the county governor. And 2, Parliament shall enact legislation providing for the procedure of removal of a county governor or any of the grounds mentioned in Clause 1. Now, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, Standing Order 8 of the Senate, and Part 1 and the third schedule to the Senate Standing Orders provide for the procedure to be followed in hearing and determination on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of a county governor. Specifically, Section 33(3) and Standing Order 81B of the Senate provide that the Senate may, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter or investigate the matter in plenary. Honorable Senators will recall that at a sitting of the Senate held on Tuesday, the 8th of October 2024, the motion for the establishment of a special committee was defeated. This therefore paved the way for the investigation on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County, to be held in plenary. Now, Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, by way of status update, pursuant to Rule 4A and 6 of the Rules of Procedure, when considering the proposed removal of a governor in plenary, the Senate invited the governor to appear and be represented before the Senate during this investigation. The Senate further invited the governor, if he so chooses to appear before the Senate, to file an answer to the charges with the office of the Clerk of the Senate by 5 p.m. on Saturday, the 12th of October 2024, setting out the following: the governor's response to the particulars of allegations, B, the mode of appearance before the Senate, whether in person, by advocate, or in person and by advocate. 3, the names and addresses of the persons to be called as witnesses, if any, and witness statements containing a summary of the evidence to be presented by such witnesses before the Senate. And 4, any other evidence to be relied on. Pursuant to Rule 4B and 7 of the Rules of Procedure, when considering the proposed removal of a governor in plenary, the Senate notified the County Assembly of the date for the commencement of the investigation and invited the County Assembly to designate members of the County Assembly who shall appear and be represented before the Senate during the investigation. The County Assembly was further invited, if he so chooses, to appear before the Senate, to file with the Office of the Clerk of the Senate by 5 p.m. on Saturday, the 12th of October 2024, setting out the following documentation. Designating the members of the County Assembly, if any, who shall attend and represent the Assembly in the proceedings before the Senate. 2, indicating the mode of appearance before the Senate, whether in person, by advocate, or in person and by advocate. 3, indicating the names and the addresses of the persons to be called as witnesses, if any, and witness statements containing a summary of the evidence to be presented by such witnesses before the Senate. 4, specifying any other evidence to be relied on. Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday, the 12th of October 2024, the Office of the Clerk of the Senate received a response reference number 1/816/24/1 and dated the 9th of October 2024 to the invitation to appear issued to the Governor of Kericho County from Messrs. Katwa and Kemboi, who indicated that the Governor had appointed the firm to represent him in the proceedings before the Senate, and that the Governor would also appear in person and by advocates. The letter also indicated the list of counsel representing the Governor and the list of witnesses to the Governor. Similarly, on Saturday, the 12th of October 2024, the Office of the Clerk of the Senate received a response reference number HNK/009/007/2024, dated the 12th of October 2024, to the invitation to appear issued to the County Assembly of Kericho from Messrs. H&K Law Advocates, indicating that the firm had been appointed to represent the County Assembly. The letter also indicated the advocates represented the County Assembly and the witnesses for the County Assembly. Pursuant to Rule 8 of the Rules of Procedure, when considering the proposed removal of a governor in plenary, on Saturday, the 12th of October 2024, the Clerk of the Senate furnished each party with the documentation filed by the other party in accordance with Rule 6 and 7 of the Rules of Procedure. Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, the hearing program, which has been appended in today's order paper, details the various activities in the hearing and determination of the matter and the time allocated to each activity. It will be crucial that all parties comply with the time allocated. The parties will be notified of the balance of time on each activity through the clerk at the table. In summary, the program states that today, Monday, the 14th of October 2024, after we have dispensed with the preliminary matters, the charges against the Governor as submitted by the County Assembly shall be read. The Governor will be given an opportunity to take a plea on the charges. This will be followed by an opening statement by the County Assembly and thereafter by the Governor. After the conclusion of the opening statements, the presentation of the case of the County Assembly shall commence. The County Assembly will have a maximum of 3 hours for presentation of the case and re-examination, while the Governor will be allowed 2 hours for cross-examination of the witnesses presented by the County Assembly. After presentation of the case by the County Assembly, the cross-examination by the Governor and re-examination by the County Assembly, honorable senators will be given an opportunity to ask questions or seek clarification from the County Assembly. These activities will proceed until the conclusion of today's sitting. At the sitting scheduled for tomorrow, that is Tuesday, the 15th of October 2024, the Governor will have an opportunity to present his case before the Senate. Similarly, the time allocation will be 3 hours for the Governor's case, including re-examination, and 2 hours for the County Assembly for cross-examination. Honorable Senators will also be given an opportunity to ask questions or seek clarification from the Governor, following which closing statements by the parties will be made for a period not exceeding 1 hour each. The Senate shall thereafter proceed to a debate on a special motion prior to voting on each of the charges. At this stage, a supplementary order paper will be issued to facilitate this debate. The Senate shall thereafter proceed now, in accordance with Section 33(7) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 86 of the Senate Standing Orders, the voting shall be by county delegations. The Governor shall cease to hold office if a majority of all county delegations vote to uphold any impeachment charge. However, if the vote in the Senate failed to result in the removal of the governor, pursuant to Standing Order 87 of the Senate, the Speaker of the Senate shall notify the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho accordingly. Now, honorable senators, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Counsel for the County Assembly of Kericho to introduce the legal team of the County Assembly and the members of the County Assembly of Kericho representing the County Assembly by stating the full name and designation of each person. Counsel for County Assembly, proceed. Before the council introduces his team, Senator Fatuma.
Mr. Speaker, on Wednesday, you gave a position that you are going to give a decision on Isiolo matter, which is now. So I'm kindly requesting, and I'm sure Isiolo people are also waiting for your decision on this matter. This is a very serious, weighty matter, Mr. Speaker, and it's good if the House gives direction, because as we are speaking, Mr. Speaker, Isiolo people are suffering. We are not getting service delivery at all. People who are in hospital, even those who are on oxygen, they are sent home. There is no service delivery at all. Mr. Speaker, kindly give us direction on this. I thank you.
Very well, Senator Dulo. I will give my communication in the course of the day. Proceed, Counsel for the County Assembly.
Very good morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators. For the Kericho County Assembly, the representation is as follows. Myself, Kimutai Bosek, Mr. Charles Njenga, advocate, Sharon Mibei, advocate, Elias Mutuma, advocate, Kiplangat Hillary, advocate, Winnie Beth, advocate, Langat Geoffrey, advocate, Kipkorir Elvis, advocate. Then we have also our legal assistant, Brian Lee Maingi, and Ian Kiplangat. We also have our technician, that is Mr. Kipkuri Jaffet. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, we have as our witnesses for the Kericho County Assembly, Honorable Kiprotich Rogony, member for Sigawet Ward, Honorable Albert Kipkoech, member for Soliat Ward. We also have affidavit from Mr. Josiah Kogo, and we have an affidavit, and also we'll be asking or lining up Mr. Eric Koech to testify before the Senate. And lastly, we have a lady whom we have given a pseudonym because of the sensitivity of the evidence she'll be adducing. And for now, we are calling her Kericho daughter. After introduction by our colleagues on the other side, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, we'll request that we make some application. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators.
Counsel for Governor, you may now introduce the legal team representing the Governor.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable senators. On the side of the governor is present, and he is represented by myself, Katwa Kigan KJ, Manasseh Tunen, and Doris Ngeno. We will be assisted by a legal assistant, Vincent Sagini. Our witnesses, Mr. Speaker, sir, we will be flagging out the fact that there are orders in respect to these proceedings. However, eventually when the proceedings need to proceed, we intend to call the following witnesses: the Governor, Gideon Mutai, George Kirer, Jacqueline Langat, Gillian Soy, Joseph Rotich, Honorable John Malel, and Geoffrey Korir. Mr. Speaker, sir, just wanted to say also that we had sent a communication to your office that we propose to raise a preliminary objection. That's one.
Counsel for Governor.
Yes.
At this juncture, you're just to introduce the legal team and take your seat, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Senate, I welcome the County Assembly team, the Governor's team, members of the public, and the media to the Senate and to these proceedings. As you're aware, Article 118 of the Constitution mandates Parliament to conduct its business in an open manner, and that its sittings and those of its committees shall be open to the public. The hearing of the proposed removal from office of the County Governor, pursuant to Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 8 of the Senate, is a matter that generates immense public interest. The Senate, and in this particular hearing, has facilitated the members of public who are interested in these proceedings to access its galleries. However, I draw the attention of the members of public who are seated in the galleries to Rule 28 of the Speaker's rules, which states as follows in part: visitors in the galleries shall remain seated and shall not applaud, comment audibly, make signs, eat, sleep, read books, newspapers, or other matter except the order paper for the day, or create any disturbance. I request the members of public to observe the aforesaid rule. Any member of the public who contravenes the Speaker's rules will be inviting stern action against them, which includes expulsion from the precincts of Parliament. The office of the Clerk of the Senate is directed to ensure compliance with the Speaker's rules. Honorable Senators, ladies and gentlemen, finally, I now invite the Clerk to read the charges against Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County.
Proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County. Particulars of the allegations. The Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County, please take the stand. The Honorable Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai, the Governor of Kericho County, the grounds for your proposed removal from office by impeachment, as received by the Senate from the County Assembly of Kericho, are as follows. Ground 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, gross violation of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya 2010, the County Governments Act 2012, the Public Procurement and Asset Disposals Act, the Public Finance Management Act 2012, and the Kericho County laws. The particulars of this ground are as follows. Allegation 1, misappropriation, misallocation, and illegal drawings of county revenue and county finances. On various occasions since his election as a governor and subsequent assumption of office, the governor has engaged in various acts of gross violations of Articles 10, 183, and 201 of the Constitution, Sections 102 and 109 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 412A, and the provisions of the Kericho County Rating Act, number 5 of 2019, as follows. A, presiding of an administration which has deliberately refused, failed, neglected, and omitted to automate revenue collection, thus opening up the county's own source revenue to pilferage, misappropriation, and theft. B, the county government advertised for the procurement of the Integrated County Revenue Management System via an advertisement dated 14th December 2023. Despite the tender being responsive and a compliant tenderer being proposed by the tendering committee for the award of the tender, there is evidence that the governor frustrated the award of the said tender. C, the absence of the automated payment system has adversely impacted on the revenue-raising ability of the county through deliberate undercharging of business permit fees and miscategorization of zones where businesses are actually situated. For instance, single business permits are issued to the business owners at zones B and C, which attract less charges when the actual business is situated as Zone A to avoid payment of the actual charges. Similarly, properties situated in areas that attract higher rates are miscategorized, charged and issued clearance certificates for areas that are zoned for lower rates, thus perpetuating revenue leaks. D, the governor presides over an administration that has totally disregarded the valuation roll prepared and passed by the County Assembly in 2019 pursuant to the Valuation and Rating Act, Cap 266. Thus, the county continues to collect property rates under the old valuation roll, occasioning the county substantial revenue losses. C, the revenue leaks and losses has seen the county miss revenue targets for 2 consecutive financial years, whereby the revenue collections fall short of the projected revenue by more than 50%. F, the governor has violated the provisions of Section 104 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, whence through his acts of omission, commission, and inaction, he continues to preside over a broken public finance management system which has made the county treasury ineffective. G, there is a nexus between the disappearance and or loss of the county revenue and the governor's opulent lifestyle since he was elected. Indeed, within 2 years since his election, the governor's wealth has grown exponentially, so much so that he can now afford to contribute up to 1 million shillings in a single harambe. Indeed, in one church function, the governor was captured bragging that whereas he didn't have the resources when he first vied, and I quote, Ra ko mi tuguk, loosely translating to, this time I have enough resources. 2, on or about 31st of August 2023, the governor engaged in gross violation of Articles 10, 183, 201, 207, and 208 of the Constitution and Sections 102, 109, and 110 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 by launching a program dubbed Equalizer Kazi Mtaani Initiative and drawing county funds towards the initiative without a legislation to anchor the initiative, public participation, prior approval of the County Assembly and the Controller of Budget, and prior approval of the budget and appropriation approval. 3, the present and former Chief Executive Committee members and chief officers have variously reported coercion by the governor to make financial allocations for the governor's own use from the funds allocated to their respective departments, and which funds they were required to remit through the governor's personal assistants. 4, violation of Articles 201A, D, and E of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 on principles of public finance management, and Article 226 as read with Article 227 of the Constitution by presiding over glaring irregularities evidenced by A, irregular award of contracts and evasion of accountability, B, willfully interfering in the procurement processes and the award of tenders, C, skewed tender awards to various contractors at inflated rates and in collusion with fraudulent contractors and suppliers, D, irregular implementation of various programs in the county, and E, intentionally and negligently presiding over massive theft of county public funds, as evidenced by the Auditor General's report for the financial year ended 30th June 2023, which raised red flags over various projects. 5, on 15th August 2023, the governor compensated the victims of Londiani accident from the county emergency funds to cover up for the funds raised by the public and misappropriated by a committee he had formed to steer the funds drive, and without a cogent explanation of how the funds publicly raised for the victims had been expended. Allegation number 2, misappropriating and or abetting misappropriation of publicly raised funds. That on various occasions, on various dates between 4th July 2023 and 9th July 2023, the governor grossly violated the provisions of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 by A. Overseeing misappropriation of the funds raised for the victims of the horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over Kenya shillings 9 million of publicly raised funds were lost. B. Reneging on his undertakings to implement the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee formed to probe the misappropriation of funds meant for the victims of the accident. There is evidence that the governor filed a suit and or supported a suit by those implicated in the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee in Kericho ELRC petition number E006 of 2023, Dr. Wesley Bor and 5 others versus the Governor, Kericho County Government and others, and Kericho ELRC petition number E014 of 2023, Victor Tum and others versus the Governor, Kericho County and others. C. Being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for service providers during the fundraiser and the requiem mass of the victims of the accident. D. The county governor has, in this regard, committed numerous and various acts in the course of his duties that are contrary to and in violation of the Constitution and the laws of Kenya. These include: 1. The authenticity of various payments made cannot be confirmed. The fact that the exact amount of money expended from the sum collected during the fundraiser points to impropriety and suggests a clear fraud on those whom the funds ought to have benefited. 2. A total of Kenya shillings 13,682,660 was collected at the fundraiser. A sum of Kenya shillings 423,000 was purportedly expended as pastor's facilitation, transport refund, fuel preparation, lunches and refreshments, printing, publishing and radio announcements. Other payments that were approved from the fund were Kericho County Referral Hospital, Kenya shillings 2,037,524, Londiani Hospital, Kenya shillings 1,534,190, Supertix Limited, Kenya shillings 2,945,000, Supershine Limited, Kenya shillings 411,000, Raise Hospital, Kenya shillings 100,000, County Commissioner's Fuel, Kenya shillings 300,000, etc. 3. That when Kenyans from all walks of life voluntarily made contributions to aid the victims of the tragedy, it was never intended or anticipated that the funds would be misappropriated with the blessings of the governor, who had a higher calling to ensure the money is accounted for to the last coin and on whom the people bestowed their trust. 4.